Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. So I went live on here yesterday. I'm going live again. My name is Nikki. I'm a spiritual transformation and mindset coach and energy healer. I have a business, The Soul Relaunch, where I coach moms how to heal from their past and move forward into empowerment, creating empowering stories. And so what I want to talk about today is finding our truth in a world of so much conflicting information. And so I'm really excited to talk about this. I thought about it last night. I actually watched something on Gaia that was it was similar to this, of knowing what's true and what's not for you in a world with so much contradiction, right? So many contradicting theories and conflicting information when it comes to COVID and the vaccine and all of that. Like, how do you know what is your truth when you're seeing so much craziness in politically and just all of that stuff that I don't like to watch, I don't like to look at, but I still have to do it, right? I still have to know what's going on. And then as I look at that stuff and I bring that into my reality, of course, I want to help everybody feel better about this. And so how can you find your truth in that? Hi, Crystal. I think I might have told you last night I was going to do this. I can't remember, but I'm really excited about this because, again, when you're starting to do this work and you're on a healing journey and you're raising your vibration and you're healing from your past, and some people can be like, oh, that's not real, or that's a fantasy world, or that's not, you're not in the real world. Okay, well, so guess what? What do I do with that? I go and I find something from the real world. I'm going to bring it into my space, and then I'm going to apply what I know how to do best, which is to help people feel better about it. Shift the energy around it. That is my gift. That is why I'm here on this earth. I am convinced of that. And it is to feel better about it, because you know what? At the end of the day, who fucking cares? If you're sad and you're letting if you're going to let COVID have power over you, and again, if you don't know what that means, when something has power over you, it is when you are in low vibes and you're sad and you're frustrated and you're angry because of something else. Okay? So let's take our power back from COVID, shall we? Let's do that. Maybe that's what I should have named this. So let's get going. So in my space, I'm all about energy. Everything is energy, right? Everything. Hi, Heather. So I'm talking about how to take your power back from COVID, all right? How do we find our truth in COVID? How do we find what is true for us with the differing opinions of our vaccines? There are friends and families that have split because of this conflicting information, okay? The energy around COVID and the vaccine and everything we just need to step back, and we need to come from a place of love, right? That's number one. That's number one, is always coming from a place of love, not judgment, not resentment, not trying to do all of that. So, and then it is to quiet our fucking minds, okay? And yes, I'm cussing here. Quiet our minds. Because when you are so attached to this person's opinion and this information and, what the president is saying, or, whatever the opinions are everywhere, right? Some people are fighting because they don't of all of this. Why though? Let's have love and let's be curious. That's the second thing. So quieting your mind, and do that with mindfulness, right? I teach it. If you really want to really get on your mindfulness and meditation game, just schedule with me and I got you, girl. That's all. That's the name of the game. When you can quiet your mind, then you can hear your actual thoughts and not everyone else's. Hi, Jennifer. Oh, I'm so happy you're on here. I'm addressing the COVID, okay? I'm addressing the COVID and the vaccines and how to get through that with good energy. Okay, so quiet your mind. And then curiosity. So when you hear somebody's opinion about something, which by now all of us probably have our opinion and our stance when it comes to the vaccine, when it comes to COVID, we probably know how we feel about that. Or your opinions might be changing according to the information that we're given, but there's so many different contradicting and conflicting all this information that some of it doesn't match up. So how do you find your truth? So quiet your mind and get curious and do your research. Like, be smart, do your research, but be curious. Like don't, and this is what I mean by being curious. Curious is one of my founding, foundations in the soul relaunch of values of being curious about stuff. Not being like, oh, I know that better. I know that vaccine is not good and I'm not going to put that in my body. Okay, well, let's be curious. Let's research. Why don't you want to put it in your body? Or if you you are for the vaccine. Okay, why are you for the vaccine? Let's look at that. Let's be curious and respect everyone's opinions. Everybody is operating from a place of past experiences and traumatic events and memories and what so-and-so thinks and different values and like we're all coming from a different place. And so let's just stop and fucking respect it. Like, it's okay. For example, Jennifer and I don't agree about the vaccine. This came out months ago, right? I don't want it. She is for it. But we still love each other. We're not at each other's throats of like, that is wrong. And no, because you know what? No, that is good for her. That feels good for her. And that makes her the happiest person. And that allows her to be, she does things in love. She has a business and she makes crystal treasures and jewelry and different ways that you can use crystals and herbs. And it's a beautiful, beautiful practice that she has and business that she has. And so that's an example the third thing is tuning into what feels good to you. So when you quiet your mind and you get curious, then you can actually tune into your intuition. But before you do that, you have to detach from like outside judgments and outside, all of it. I have it all right here if you guys want a PDF, but letting go of physical attachments. What are you physically attached to? Or like how you think others should see you. So if you are in the limelight, okay, if you talk to people a lot and a lot of people are like for the vaccine, but you're not for the vaccine. If you're pretending to be for it, that's not your truth, right? That feels off. So if you're pretending to be for the vaccine just because everyone, which is okay, just call it out as it is, be honest. Like it's fine. Nobody's going to judge you for that. I mean, maybe someone I don't know, who knows? You probably will be judged at some point, but right now you're not. Just be real. It's okay. And then also, other people's expectations, maybe your husband or boyfriend, maybe you guys are having conflicting views. Just let go of that. Like let go of all of that for just a couple minutes so you can tune into your intuition and seek guidance for this. A higher power, your higher power, whatever that is for your higher guidance. Also cutting off of assumptions of how you think you should act and be, like I kind of just talked about that, and then how you believe you need to feel, how society, how they've taken down videos and stuff because if we believe they don't want us to believe a certain way. Oh, Heather, I'm totally feeling this. Everyone has their own choices, I respect. Yes, with as many health issues yet. Oh, yeah, girl, I'm not ready for the vaccine, and that's, yes, and that's changed over time. Right now, that is my stance. I have COVID currently. I had it 2 months ago, about 2 months ago. I feel you, girl. Currently, and I'm resting and clearing my mind of all things that could go negative, and I am doing okay. Everyone has a choice, and I feel like the outside world has made everyone so negative against personal choices. We have no, yes, absolutely. 100%. I love it. I love it that you carry that energy. I hope that you heal, and I'm sending loving energy to you. Positive energy for the COVID because I had it and it took over my mind. Like I had bad COVID. I couldn't do my thing. However, it taught me, I got so many lessons out of it, and I actually figured out how to re-up on my energy in a quicker time. By setting boundaries, because I'd never done that before, and focusing on what I thought about, Heather. So like, I love it that you're thinking of things that resting, clearing my mind of all things that, yes, exactly, and thinking positively. It's not just positive. It's just thinking like, and when you catch yourself thinking, like for me, I had a lot of self-doubt that came in about my work of like, okay, who am I to be a coach? Like, oh my gosh, why am I doing that? Like all this stuff. And then I would be like, okay, wait a minute. I'm shifting that. Like, I'm a badass. I'm good at what I do. I know that I'm helping people. I know that I see literal transformations in front of my eyes. Like, what am I talking about? So it was me choosing what to think about. And then if somebody came at me with crazy expectations or demanding something of my time, I couldn't even acknowledge that. I had to not even respond to it. And so yes, it was COVID. I mean, honestly, now you have the antibodies. So now for like 3 months, I think you're going to be okay. At least that's what I think. I don't know. But that's why I did this live. That's why I wanted to talk about this, because doing my work, a lot of people can think that, speaking your truth or thinking positive or all that is la la land, right? I'm going to shift that. I want to shift the energy around that as well. That it's okay to want things to go well. Like, that's okay. It doesn't make you an unrealistic person if you just see the good things coming out of things. If you come from a place of love, it can't go wrong. It just can't go wrong when you come from an authentic place of love. And yes, getting educated about what's going on in the world. Don't get me wrong. We're not going to live in a hole, right? We need to know. And we need to know. Actually, light workers, Heather, you're a light worker. You're here to raise the vibration of the planet. That is your purpose. That is my purpose. That is what we're here to just help people feel better in this time. And this is the question that I'll probably just leave you guys here with this. Well, no, because I do want to share a crystal thing real quick. But think about, why did you reincarnate to be here? Because my belief is we reincarnated, like we're a soul. We have past lives. But why did you choose to be here at this time in history, right? Or in the planet? Why did you choose? Because you did. At a soul level, you chose to be here. You chose to, for what reason? So I'm going to ask that question. I'll probably post it on my page, and I'll probably put on Instagram of like, why did you choose that? And so that's one way to look at it. Also, thinking about what feels good to you after you detach, and then doing an embodiment practice, right? So dropping, because you're in your mind. My friend, I'm so inspired. Oh, Heather, I love you. Inspire me, girl. The same way. I love it. I love you so much. And so an embodiment practice. I don't know, Heather, if you've ever heard of this before, but I'm sure you have. An embodiment practice where you fall from your head. When you're in your head too much, you go down into your body. You go down into your heart, and your body, because your body tells you everything. Our body, we know all the answers, but if you feel into your body, and I don't want to get specific into the organs and like when things are going wrong, what that typically suggest on an emotional level. I'm not going to go into that, but our body can tell us. When we cut everything off and we tune into our soul and our spirit and we seek guidance, we know what the truth is. We know our truth. And Heather, you told me that's your truth right there. Like, you just told me that's your truth, and you share it. And I love your energy and I love how you put yourself out there. Like, regardless, like, you are a light in a lot of people's lives. And so sharing this, you're leading by example. That's how I feel when I'm putting myself out there, is I want to lead by example. Then I want to show that it's okay to love. It's okay to come. It's okay to be proud of ourselves. That's what I love about you too. Like, you're proud of what you're doing, and you hold on. Like, I just love it. I love it so much. Okay. So I won't make this go on forever. You guys know that I do energy work and I do chakra. I'm a chakra healer. And so where this would lie to help my fellow energy enthusiasts is it being your third eye and your heart chakra. So our intuition and our heart is what is going to help us find our truth during this time, during these conflicting times, these conflicting information. Doesn't matter what you hear, tune in to your heart and your intuition. So it's the third eye and the heart chakra. And then to do an embodiment practice, it's with your breath. Okay. So if you're not taking deep breaths every day, at least you don't have to meditate. You don't have to close your eyes and do all the Zen stuff. You can just get present, listen, like you're doing it right now. You're watching this live. You're listening to my words. You're here, right? You might be thinking about COVID and what you think about the vaccine and everything, but you're right here. And so if you just cut off and detach from other people's opinions, and and what, what people think you should believe and all that, then you can tune into your heart and you'll get out of your mind. And so when it comes to crystals, a couple of mine when it comes to trusting myself is carnelian. I love carnelian. Also, making a decision. Okay, this is a big one. Decisiveness, discerning between information, right? With that, amethyst, and that's a pretty popular one. If you know what amethyst is one of my favorites, and I have it right here. This is my pointed amethyst that I use a lot. And then also I also like for the third eye, I like lapis lazuli for my trust, for trusting myself. And blue lace agate. This is also my favorite. I love this for my throat chakra, which the throat chakra is also good about with making decisions. But when it comes to making decisions, your intuition and your heart are your best guides. Third eye chakra, heart chakra, focusing especially on the third eye chakra connects you to higher guidance, which can help you make decisions that serve the highest and greater good. Okay. Amethyst, yes, girl. Mine too. This is my birthstone too. But amethyst that's my fave. And I use this for headaches. So if you guys have so when you have a headache, a pressure headache, and I know I'm turning this into, COVID, girl, Heather, if you've had a headache with COVID, then I had a headache. That was one of the first signs, was a headache. But I use this pointed amethyst and I put it on top because your crown chakra is right here. But what happens is because there's energy, okay, and this is what happens if you literally feel like there's a pressure cooker in your head, it's because there's energy pushing up, and I open up my crown chakra, which I just do that by relaxing and getting into kind of a meditative state, but just visualizing that crown chakra opening. Or you can just take your amethyst and just put it right here for 10 minutes, or lay down and lay up there, and it just absorbs all that energy. It opens it up. So try it. Just try it out. It's just something to try. And that's one little energy healing tip that you can try, but it helps me. That way I'm not using as much medicine all the time, right? But also to this mantra. So I give thanks to my intuition, my higher guidance, for guiding me to decisions that serve my highest and greatest good. So let me know your thoughts on this. Let me know where you're at with the vaccine. Let me know, have you gotten any arguments? Are you not talking to someone because they think differently than you? Does your best friend think differently or feel differently than you? So you think you guys can't, it's okay to have conflict. Conflict is actually healthy. You can be in a fight with someone. You can have a conflict with someone and it can turn out very well. It can open many doors for you. And so if you'd like to learn more about this, I'll put my link at the bottom, or join my private Facebook group, the Soul Relaunch Society. I'll post all of that. I'm also opening my calendar for new coaching clients. If you're a mom who's ready to heal from her past and create a new empowering story, that's who I'm here for you. Okay. I think that's it. And so I hope you guys have a good day. Heather, thanks so much for being on here. I've missed you. I think you saw my post where I thought it was we need to hang out soon, or at least talk. So this is close to it. But I love you. Thanks for hanging out with me. I believe in you guys. Go do big things. Bye.